Alright, it's Country in the Boardroom with Victoria Banks. Thank you so much for joining me today. Come all the way to Chatham.
It's great to be here.
It was kind of like on your way though. You're heading back to Nashville.
Yeah, that's right. We're en route back to Nashville and getting ready to go do some laundry finally after a month out on the road.
Drive all the way to Nashville to do laundry.
That's right.
We do have like a laundromat across the street.
Oh, well,
if you want.
I'm almost to the point where I'd take you up on that.
And Victoria Banks, I told you that you're legendary, but especially here because probably the most requested song here is Dance With Me by Johnny Reid. And if people don't know, you wrote that song, didn't you?
Yeah, with Johnny, yeah.
With Johnny, okay.
Johnny
And also
and T.S. Sillers.
yes, so tell me about that tune, how that came about, meeting Johnny and everything.
Well, actually, that was the first time I ever met Johnny, the day that we wrote that song, and we were down in Nashville. T.S. Sillers, our other co-writer, writes regularly with both Johnny and me, and she thought it would be really fun to get the three of us together. And so they all came over to my house one day, and Johnny came and brought his guitar, and we made some tea and sat around the living room, and it wasn't very rock star, but we were just sitting there drinking tea. But and Johnny brought the first couple lines of that song and started singing them, and as soon as we heard it, we went, oh yeah. Yeah, so we started working on it. Yeah, it was really a quick co-write, and it was really fun to see where he took it after that, and that it became such a hit. It was amazing.
Yeah, and just his performing style too and everything, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Nobody else could have done that song but Johnny. It's perfect for his voice.
Well, I was just going to ask you, when you're writing songs, do you actually ever imagine who would sing it for you, or do you just write for yourself? Like, how does that work?
Well, it depends. Sometimes, I have a full-time job as a staff songwriter in Nashville still, and I go to the office every day when I'm not out on tour and write songs with and for other people. So sometimes you're set up with appointments to co-write with people for their records, so you're trying to do something really specific, and they might come in and say, I want an up-tempo story song and it can't be about love, or something like that, and then you have to figure out a way to make that.
It's gotta be romantic, but it can't be about love.
Exactly. It can be very specific sometimes, and but other times, well, my favorite thing to do is just sit down and try and write the best song that I can possibly write on any given day, and not really think about where it's going to end up, because you just have to do that and it'll find a home, you know.
So where's all this inspiration come from? You're so creative.
Well, I walk around with my songwriting antenna tuned all the time. So anytime, if I'm sitting next to you in a coffee shop, I might make you make a song. You know, I'm always listening for those ideas in people's conversations, in their lives. If I go to a movie, I'm listening to the dialogue, trying to figure out what could make a song. And sometimes it's just about writing what's going on in your life at the time, and working from a concept rather than words, you know.
And any memorable, like, anything that piqued your interest that maybe was funnier than it was romantic or loving or anything? Any memorable conversations you've heard that you're like, I can totally make a song out of that?
Yeah, there's just been lots over the years, and I try and keep everything in, I call it a hook book. I carry around this hook book and I write down the titles, and that's what I did with Saints and Angels, the song that Sarah Evans recorded, and I had that title and I carried it around for like 2 years in my hook book before I knew what to do with it. And then it took actually falling in love for me to look at it and go, oh, that's a love song, and,
Okay.
and then knew what to say about it. So sometimes it just, you have to be going through the right thing in your life.
Well, you've toured with the likes of Reba, Randy Travis, working with like some of the best in the business, and even writing with some of the best in the business. What's that like, in any memorable moments on the road?
Well, a lot of the people that I really admire are songwriters, and I've had an opportunity to write with some really amazing songwriters. And before I ever moved to Nashville, I kept a book that was a little sort of scrapbook, and I would put people's names in there. When I heard songs that really blew me away, I'd write the songwriter's name down, and I kind of got to know who all the songwriters were. And now I can go and open that book, and I've written with most of the people that are in that book, so that's really an amazing thing on that.
Kind of like your bucket list almost.
Yeah, very much so. And then also, opening for someone like Reba, that was a really incredible experience, because I grew up listening to her music. I didn't tell her that part, but I grew up listening to it. But
I've never heard of you.
But that was amazing, because at the end of my set every night I would go stand by the side of the stage and sing along with every note of her set, and it was just, I cried every night because it was just so emotional to be there. I couldn't believe that I was there.
That's incredible. Victoria Banks, also one of your big hits, The Wheel. Do you mind singing that?
Sure. See if my guitar's in better tune this time.
It's Country in the Boardroom.
My poor guitar has been out on the road too long. Okay. starts ticking with the breath you're breathing. Tiny hands, tiny feet, and all you do is eat and sleep. Then you blink your eyes and you're crawling across the floor. Then you blink them again and you're running out the door for a tire swing. Then a school bus, then a second-hand Chevy, and you're picking up dust. It happens so fast, just like that. Oh, the wheel keeps turning, and the flame keeps burning, and the hunger in the heart and the spirit and the soul keeps yearning, and the wheel keeps turning. You fall for love on a prayer and a wing, and your heart gets broken and you feel that sting, and you fall again, and it sure feels right. And half a second later they're throwing rice, then you're back to work and the honeymoon's done. Boy, time flies when you're having fun. You buy a little house with a leaky roof, and you're reading that nursery baby blue. First time you hold him, it starts all over. Oh, the wheel keeps turning, and the flame keeps burning, and the hunger in the heart and the spirit and the soul keeps yearning, and the wheel keeps turning. The sun comes up and the moon goes down, the rock in the sky spins round and round. It's one more day here on the ground as the stars roll by. You live and learn, break and bend, say a little prayer when the daylight ends. Wake in the morning, do it all again. It's a crazy ride. Oh, the wheel keeps turning, and the and the hunger in the heart and the spirit and the soul keeps yearning. You're coming to the world kicking and screaming, and the wheel keeps turning.
Victoria Banks, the wheel. Your voice is just so pure and beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
So I just want to thank you so much for coming in today, and good luck and on the drive to Nashville. Enjoy your day too.
Thank you. Thanks for having us, and thank you, Marianne. It was great to meet you before you leave. We're
I-
sorry that you're leaving.
No problem. Thanks, Victoria.